From translation, NKJV New King James Version, this 127th day of the year. Today we are reading passages 1 Chronicles 18-21, 1 Chronicles chapter 18, verses 1 to 17. Now it came to pass after this, that David defeated the Philistines and subdued them, and took Gath and its towns from the hand of the Philistines. He defeated Moab, and the Moabites became David's servants, and brought tribute. David also defeated Hadadezer king of Zobah as far as Hamath, as he went to establish his power at the river Euphrates. David took from him 1,000 chariots, 7,000 horsemen, and 20,000 foot soldiers. David also hamstrung all the chariot horses, except for 100. When the Syrians of Damascus came to help Hadadezer king of Zobah, David killed 22,000 Syrians. Then David put garrisons in Syria of Damascus. The Syrians became David's servants and brought tribute. So the Lord preserved David wherever he went. And David took the shields of gold that were carried by the servants of Hadadezer, and brought them to Jerusalem. From Betah and from Berotai, cities of Hadadezer, King David took very much bronze. When Toi king of Hamath heard that David had defeated all the army of Hadadezer king of Zobah, Toi sent Joram his son to King David, to greet him and bless him, because he had fought against Hadadezer and defeated him, for Hadadezer had been at war with Toi. And Joram brought with him articles of silver, articles of gold, and articles of bronze. These King David dedicated to the Lord, along with the silver and gold that he had dedicated from all the nations which he had subdued, from Syria, Moab, the people of Ammon, the Philistines, Amalek, and from the spoil of Hadadezer the son of Rehob, king of Zobah. And David made himself a name when he returned from defeating 18,000 Syrians in the valley of Salt. So David reigned over all Israel, doing what was right and just for all his people. Joab the son of Zeruiah was over the army, Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud was recorder, Zadok the son of Ahitub and Abimelech the son of Abiathar were the priests, Shavsha was scribe. Benaiah the son of Jehudah was over the Cherethites and the Pelethites, and David's sons were chief officials at the king's side. 1 Chronicles chapter 19, verses 1 to 19. Now it happened after this that Nahash the king of the people of Ammon died, and his son reigned in his place. Then David said, I will show kindness to Hanun the son of Nahash, because his father showed kindness to me. So David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father, and David's servants came to the land of the people of Ammon to Hanun, to comfort him. But the princes of the people of Ammon said to Hanun, Do you think that David really honors your father because he has sent comforters to you? Have his men not come to you to search and overthrow and spy out the land? Therefore Hanun took David's servants, shaved off half of their beards, cut off their garments in the middle at their buttocks, and sent them away. Then someone went and told David about the men, and he sent to meet them, for the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, Stay at Jericho until your beards have grown, and then return. When the people of Ammon saw that they had become a stench to David, Hanun and the people of Ammon sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire for themselves chariots and horsemen from Mesopotamia, from Aram-Maacah, and from Zobah. So they hired 32,000 chariots, and the king of Maacah with his people, who came and encamped before Medeba. Also the people of Ammon gathered together from their cities and came to battle. When David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the army of the mighty men. Then the people of Ammon came out and drew up in battle array at the entrance of the city, while the kings who had come were by themselves in the field. When Joab saw that the battle line was set against him before and behind, he selected some of all the choice men of Israel and arrayed them against the Syrians. And the rest of the people he put under the command of Abishai his brother, and they set themselves in battle array against the people of Ammon. Then he said, If the Syrians are too strong for me, then you shall help me. But if the people of Ammon are too strong for you, then I will help you. Be of good courage, and let us be strong for our people, and for the cities of our God. And may the Lord do what is good in his sight. So Joab and the people who were with him drew near to the battle against the Syrians, and they fled before him. And when the people of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fled, they fled before Abishai his brother, and entered the city. So Joab returned to Jerusalem. Now when the Syrians saw that they had been defeated by Israel, they sent messengers and drew out the Syrians who were beyond the river, and Shophach the commander of Hadadezer's army led them. And it was told David. So he gathered all Israel, crossed the Jordan, and came to Helam. Then the Syrians arrayed themselves against David and fought with him. For the Syrians fled before Israel, and David killed 7,000 charioteers and 40,000 horsemen of the Syrians, and struck down Shophach the commander of the army. And when the servants of Hadadezer saw that they were defeated by Israel, they made peace with David and served him. So the Syrians would not help the people of Ammon anymore. 1 Chronicles chapter 20, verses 1 to 8. It happened in the spring of the year, at the time kings go out to battle, that Joab led out the army and ravaged the country of the people of Ammon, and came and besieged Rabbah. But David stayed at Jerusalem, and Joab struck Rabbah and overthrew it. Then David took the crown of their king from his head, and found its weight to be a talent of gold, and there were precious stones in it, and it was put on David's head. He also brought out the spoil of the city in great abundance. And he brought out the people who were in it, and put them to work with saws, iron picks, and axes. And David did so to all the cities of the people of Ammon. Then David and all the people returned to Jerusalem. After this war was ended, it happened that war broke out at Jezer with the Philistines, at which time Sibbecai the Hushathite killed Sippai, one of the sons of the giant. The Philistines were subdued. Again there was war with the Philistines, and Elhanan the son of Jair killed Lahmi, the brother of Goliath the Gittite, and the shaft of his spear was like a weaver's beam. Yet again there was war at Gath, where there was a man of great stature, who had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in number, and he also was born to the giant. And when he defied Israel, Jonathan the son of Shimeah, David's brother, killed him. These were born to the giant in Gath, and they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verses 1 to 30. Now Satan stood up against Israel, and moved David to number Israel. So David said to Joab and to the leaders of the people, Go, number Israel from Beersheba to Dan, and bring the number of them to me that I may know it. And Joab answered, May the Lord make his people 100 times more than they are. But my lord the king, are they not all my lord's servants? Why then does my lord require this thing? Why should he be a cause of guilt in Israel? Nevertheless the king's word prevailed against Joab. Therefore Joab departed and went throughout all Israel, and came to Jerusalem. Now Joab gave the sum of the number of the people to David. And all the Israelites were 1,100,000 men who drew the sword, and Judah was 470,000 men who drew the sword. But Levi and Benjamin he did not number among them, for the king's command was abominable to Joab. And God was displeased with this thing, therefore he struck Israel. So David said to God, I have sinned greatly because I have done this thing. But now, I pray, take away the iniquity of your servant, for I have done very foolishly. Then the Lord spoke to Gad, David's seer, saying, Go and tell David, Thus says the Lord, 3 things I offer you, choose one of them, that I may do it to you. So Gad came to David and said to him, Thus says the Lord, Choose for yourself either 3 years of famine, or 3 months to be destroyed before your foes with the sword of your enemies, while the sword of your enemies overtakes you. Or else 3 days of the sword of the Lord, the plague in the land, with the angel of the Lord destroying throughout all the territories of Israel. Now consider what answer I should take back to him who sent me. And David said to Gad, I am in great distress. Please let me fall into the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are very great, but do not let me fall into the hand of man. So the Lord sent a plague upon Israel, and 70,000 men of Israel fell. And God sent an angel to Jerusalem to destroy it. As he was destroying, the Lord looked and relented of the disaster, and said to the angel who was destroying, It is enough. Now restrain your hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. Then David lifted his eyes and saw the angel of the Lord standing between earth and heaven, having in his hand a drawn sword stretched out over Jerusalem. So David and the elders, clothed in sackcloth, fell on their faces. And David said to God, Is it not I who commanded the people to be numbered? I who am the one who has sinned and done evil indeed, but these sheep, what have they done? Let your hand, I pray, O Lord my God, be against me and my father's house, but not against your people that they should be plagued. Now the angel of the Lord had commanded Gad to say to David that David should go and erect an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. So David went up at the word of Gad, which he had spoken in the name of the Lord. Now Ornan turned and saw the angel, and his 4 sons who were with him hid themselves. Ornan was threshing wheat. So as David came to Ornan, Ornan looked and saw David, and went out from the threshing floor and bowed to David with his face to the ground. Then David said to Ornan, Give me the place of this threshing floor, that I may build an altar on it to the Lord. You shall give it to me for the full price, that the plague may be stopped from afflicting the people. And Ornan said to David, Take it for yourself, and let my lord the king do what is good in his eyes. Look, I also give you the oxen for burnt offerings, the threshing instruments for wood, and the wheat for the grain offering. I give it all. Then King David said to Ornan, No, but I will surely buy it for the full price, for I will not take what is yours for the Lord, nor offer burnt offerings that cost me nothing. So David gave Ornan 600 shekels of gold by weight for the place. And David built there an altar to the Lord, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So he called on the Lord, and he answered him with fire from heaven on the altar of burnt offering. Then the Lord commanded the angel, and he returned his sword to its sheath. At that time, when David saw that the Lord had answered him on the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite, he sacrificed there. For the tabernacle of the Lord, which Moses had made in the wilderness, and the altar of burnt offering, were at that time at the high place in Gibeon. But David could not go before it to inquire of God, for he was afraid of the sword of the angel of the Lord.